Welcome back. Let's count them. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Number 7 day working on this table. Okay, so I had to, do some sanding that you saw on episode number 6 or day 6, and now I got to go over and touch over some of the sanding I did and some more patching that I did. Then after that, I got to scoot the table out of my way across the garage so that I can set up my work table again. So basically all I'm doing right now is just a little bit of sanding. Oh, by the way, I'm Van, the backyard carpenter, baby boomers can do, and Jane's getting ready to go paint. Alright, I did some additional sanding, and I took my not very damp rag and wiped off again the excess sawdust debris. I've got to the point now, because this is veneer, I can't do any more sanding. Alright, so next thing I do is I got to move this across the room so I can set up my work table. Okay, what you just saw me do is reset up my work surfaces and put the tiles on top of it. Now I've got to go across the street and get, I got to go across the street and get my neighbor to help me put the table straight up. I don't want it to be down this time. I want it to be straight up so I can work on the legs and other stuff. Okay, now the big moment is we have got to take and kidnap my neighbor across the street. And so here we go.
Slide up there, y'all can pick it up and put it on the legs.
So now they're going to help us put it out. We're going to straight up pull it out, all right?
Yeah.
All right.
Okay.
There you go. That was easy enough. The reason we did this is I now got to work on these legs, so I'm going to thank the neighbor across the street for helping.
Hello. Hello. Goodbye. You want to come out? Come on in.
Thank you. All right, what I got to do next is, now that I've flipped it over, I've found some more places I got to putty on the legs. So now I'm going to start puttying these gaps and wipe them down with a slightly damp rag. What I've been doing is running around with my Goop Be Gone and the citrus spray and spraying a couple places that I found. So I need to finish repairing these legs now that I've flipped it over. Next thing I got to do is I've got to spray with Goop Be Gone these stretchers. Right. Clean them up. But that's the next thing that I am doing. Then if I like it or not, after I get through doing this, I've got to turn this table on its side and see if I can't repair this leg. It plumb, take two. It really touches my heart that y'all realize and let me know I wasn't wearing gloves. So now I got gloves on. So what I'm about to do is, previously when I used my palm sander, which is this device, it got real dusty. So this time what I did is I hooked the vacuum cleaner up to it. So it's got a vacuum cleaner hooked up to it. that. We're gonna see what happens. All right, so this time I'm gonna try to cut down on the dust. I've got to sand this leg right here. All right, so this is what I'm about to do. That did a lot better on cutting down the dust. All right, so instead of having to flip the table, let me get in the camera. Instead of having to flip the table over, take this whole assembly off, I'm going to come in from the bottom with 2 screws on each side of this wobbly leg. Now, there's a device that I recently got. All right, it looks like this. Okay, you can flip it around. This is your countersink right here. That's your countersink. And then you flip it around and then put your screw in. In this case, I've got to change the Phillips head out to it's a 7-point deck type screw. So this comes with a little Allen head, all right, that I can insert in here. Oh boy. And get this out. All right, so that I can insert the other one. I'm gonna have to go get a pair of pliers. This is the first time I've used this. With a handy dandy plier, what I like about these new wrenches, I don't know if you can see it from there, I'll try to get in the light, but it actually has numbers on the side, like if you need to go 1/2 inch, all you do is file it down to 1/2 inch and it will set it the way you want. So what I did is I narrowed it down and I'm able now to loosen up this Allen head so I can change out this bit. All right, so I'm gonna change this bit out to this bit, which is the 7-point grab. That's for decking screws. Again, the holder, I'm going to tighten it back up. Okay, so now when I pilot the hole and counter, what they call countersink. All right, this is up here is considered the countersink. Then all I got to do is just flip this around and reconnect it. And flip it right here. Let me do that again so you can see it. All right, take this out. Come on. Oh, there you go. Take this out. Pull that back. Pull that back. Kind of hard for you to see, but anyway, so do it like that. All right, I pulled this down. Okay, now it's locked. Flip this up, and it comes out. Comes out. All right. Not a very good demonstration, huh? All right, so I'm getting ready to do a close-up to show you what I'm doing. All right. Before I head over and do a close-up on repairing that leg, this leg, so it quit wobbling, this is the size screw that I'm using. So I need a countersink, and also so that I can screw the head below the wood and then put putty on it. Countersink and poking in just as far as we can. There you go. Alright. So, again, I'm going to be using this part, right, which will countersink and also put so I can do putty. Alright, so I got the hole drilled. I know it's kind of hard, because I've got all this light coming in from the afternoon sun. But this just created, so I could countersink. Let me back also. Right there. Okay, now I'm going to flip it around, like we talked about. Alright, and then I'm going to put a screw in it. Alright, a screw. Already the legs are a whole lot better. Now I can putty that, fill that up with putty and hide it. So I'm gonna run around the other side and do the same thing. I wasn't gonna bore with you guys, but there's a boat up in the top of this, and I actually had to slowly but surely tighten it. It took me a while to tighten it. So this is my final screw. I'll countersunk it, and now I'm getting ready to install it. Alright, that's it. Now I gotta putty them and then sand them down, then when it's stained they'll disappear. Right, so I'll show you the finished product in a moment. What you just watched me do is bring out all the different stains that I have. Alright, now I'm going to get the stain book, and we're going to mark through the stain book what stains we have, and we're going to take it to the customer and say, what stain do you like? Now I think this needs like a dark stain to kind of hide any imperfections that goes along with having a veneer top. So that's what I'm about to do. I'm going to go through here and mark all these in our book and see what they think. Day 7 has come to an end. There's nothing much I can do. I went through the book, and I don't know if you can see it, but I highlighted in this book of stains all the stains that we have here, which are right back there. You can see we have a bunch of stains. So we'll give the customer a choice of what they should stain this table. I'm at the point now that I just got to do some more, little bit of sanding with some steel wool, just so that the stain will attach. Okay, so that's basically it for day 7. I'll continue working on it tomorrow, doing some light sanding, or day 8. And it's coming along. It's coming along. I'm starting to feel much better about it. The whole mission was not to remove the veneer and go order veneer, which can be very expensive, then install it and have to cut it. So I'm happy. All right. So until day 8, I'm Van. We're the Backyard Carpenter, Baby Boomers Can Do, and Jane, I hadn't got this